index radius licking water from the faucet, and he's not as good as she is at it.
Kitty, do you like that blanket? Is it the nicest? That's Emily's blanket. It's going to leave soon. Kitty. Kitty. She's upset.
So I'm working on the companion cube again.
And I locked this guy outside because he was being a jerk and ripping up all the foam. See? And she's just rolling around and loving it. She's like, haha, I'm inside and you got locked outside. Okay, so I have cut out pieces of cardboard and then the pieces of foam. And each side is going to have 2 pieces of foam with a cardboard piece in between that I'm going to glue. And then I think this one is a little bit larger, so this is going to go on the bottom to provide the kitties with extra cushion.
I like extra cushion.
The glue that I need to use is in my storage unit, so I'm going to go get that and grab some other things that I want. This guy's truck has horrible exhaust, and it makes me sick. I personally think that people in the United States should not be allowed to drive cars with that bad of an exhaust.
It's kitty sleep time in here. Look at that pretty kitty.
When I was young, there were 2 things that I really wanted. The first was a cat, and the second was to have my ears pierced. When I turned 6, my parents got me a cat for my birthday, and I named him Panther. And it was about this same year, maybe a year after, that I started playing soccer. Now, since I got my cat, the only thing I really wanted now was to have my ears pierced. But the only problem with this was that in soccer, you can't have your ears pierced when you play. So it was really hard for me to go and get my ears pierced. And then, since you have to keep them in for, I think, at least 6 months after they're pierced, you can't take them out at all. I couldn't take them out during games, so I just didn't get my ears pierced. Now, I could have got them pierced on the off season, but I played fall and spring. Sometimes I even played in the winter, so that only left summer available for me to get my ears pierced, and I'd have to do it right at the beginning of summer so that they could be in for 6 months without having to take them out before the next soccer season. So every year I would say that I wanted to get my ears pierced, but my parents would say, oh, well, let's wait until next year and see if you still want them. And eventually, having to go through the soccer season, wait till summer, my parents wanted me to wait until next year. It just ended up being that I never got my ears pierced. And at some point I was also like in a tomboy phase where I didn't even really care about getting my ears pierced anymore, so it did end up being that I waited long enough that I didn't care about getting my ears pierced. It wasn't until maybe my 8th grade or 9th grade year that I decided I wanted to get them pierced again, and I'm the kind of person where I get something in my head that I want to do, and I want to do it right then. So I was frantically looking for places to get my ears pierced. I wanted to know how much it cost, and most places at the time, I don't know if it's still this way, but I think it was $25 or something at the mall to get both of your ears pierced, and I wanted to have more than one ear piercing. I obviously wanted to have the 2, but I also wanted to have the ones above. So eventually, after like a week of searching for some place to have my ears done, I just decided that I would do them myself. Right now I've got the 2 in this ear and 1 in this ear, all 3 of which I did myself in, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half. Now, I don't remember if my mom just didn't know at all that I was piercing my ears. I can remember that she was gone and I was home alone and I was doing them. I don't remember if I told her that I was going to. I know she didn't know about this 3rd one, but I was just in the bathroom and I had a needle. It was just a regular sewing needle. I made sure I found the sharpest one, but I think it was a little bit thicker, and I had some ice, and then I just numbed both of my earlobes with some ice, and while they were numbing, I took a lighter to the needle, and then I wiped it down with rubbing alcohol just to make sure that it was gonna be sterile. And then I sat in front of the mirror on top of the counter that had our sink in the bathroom, and I just stuck the needle through my ear. I mentioned that it took an hour and a half. This wasn't a fast process. I didn't just stick the needle right through and everything was good. It was a while for each one. I think this first one, I was maybe working at it for 20 minutes because I let the pain come slowly, and I can remember sticking the needle in and feeling the needle in the back of my ear, just like the very tip of the needle, not all the way through yet, and I just really wanted it to go through, so I just pushed the last bit, and I really wish I didn't push the last bit. And from what I remember, the numbing process of the ice, I think, hurt more than the actual needle going through. I think because I did this third one last, I think this one I hardly even numbed my ear. I would sit there and put a little tiny bit of pressure on the needle, and then it would just slowly go through my flesh, and then eventually it made a hole, and I had bought earrings. I just stuck them in. My mom didn't know that I was going to do this third one. She seemed super surprised that I pierced my own ears, but also just, she was a little upset that I had this third one done. And I know people usually have, 2 on this ear and 2 on this ear, but I just wanted to be different, and I just had this one because I thought it would look cool, because I wanted to have, one matching, and then one mismatching. I don't recommend piercing your own ears, but it is possible, I guess.
Look at this little kitty. She likes the sun, and she likes to be pet and get attention. Don't you? Oh, she's purring. Look at your green eyes. I think you guys know this already. She's got an extra thumb. Come here, let me see. Show them your thumb. Right there. Look at that little thumb. It's so cute.
This video is already pretty long, and I think we're still going to Hoo Hot and the gym. But I'll just upload it like this. So I'll make another video later sometime, I think. Okay, bye.